everybody. We are on our way up the hill into our Cascade Mountains. There is a winter storm warning going on right now that's supposed to be dropping about 20 inches or so of snow over the next couple of days. And, well, figured a quick overnight trip, do some snow camping, ought to see what kind of trouble we can get into. So feel free to tag along and see what we do. Never seems to matter how many times I come out here. This drive just always blows my mind with how gorgeous it is out here. As all you can see, the road has now turned into snow cover. The underside's still pretty wet though, but that's to be expected. It's still gaining elevation. But for the moment, we're in two-wheel drive and just making our way. Alright folks, well, I made it to my turnoff. Before I start going up this hill to where I'm trying to get to tonight, I'm going to go ahead and hop out and air down, just make things nice and easy so I don't have to deal with too many complications going up the road. Let's get to it. Alright, we are back off. I'm going to continue our route. For those that are curious, we aired down to 15 psi. I always feel like that's a good starting point in the snow. Don't really have to worry about too much at 15 psi. You're just taking your time and being easy. It'll give you plenty of traction where you need it, and if anything, you're able to air down more to help. So, let's go. Well, it's now 10 after 4, and I had to put the camera down for a little bit. Ran into a family with a couple different cars that needed a bit of help getting turned around, and I'm not quite to where I want to make it to yet. I'm going to keep trying for a little bit longer, but at this point, because of how the road is going to be, it's been a fight. It's getting real slick and sloppy underneath. We're gonna do what we can before I have to just park on the side of the road and camp there for the night. But let's get you turned around so you can see what I'm looking at. So I'm the one that's out here breaking trail right now, and I've already been up this a little bit, but that slow and steady pace with this rain, sleet mix that's coming down is creating a lot of slop for me. So having to work and push a little bit to make any kind of progression. Well, luckily, as you can see, we're still on the roll. Made it up top of that little hill that we were going that was super slushy underneath. And since we got to the top of that, all of that slushy snow has started turning into nice, clean snow. And we actually got some snow falling right now instead of mixed stuff. So definitely much, much better condition now that we're gaining a little bit more elevation. So we're going to see what we can do about getting to the spot we were trying to get to. All right, everyone. So because of the time, it's getting kind of late. You can see behind me it's pretty dark. I didn't make it to where I wanted to. I virtually just found myself a okay spot literally on the side of the road. But it's going to have to do. What I do know is I'm pretty hungry. I haven't had anything since this morning, so I'm going to make some dinner. We'll use the other side. So for dinner tonight, just staying simple. We're going to heat up some water and make ourselves some noodles and throw a little Alfredo on it. Call it a day, or I suppose an evening. But we're looking at chicken and roasted garlic. Nice and easy stuff. And there it is. And the classic Alfredo. And I'm going to start relaxing sooner than later. Tonight we have Starburst IPA by Ecliptic. I'm going to toss a lid on my pot. It is actively snowing, so let me boil water with as much efficiency as possible. Cheers, by the way. If you haven't gotten out to enjoy the snow, camp, whatsoever, year's not over, and this winter weather advisory is actually paying off. I didn't make it to where I wanted to. I'm at about 4,600 feet in elevation right now, but it seems the temp has come down enough to where it's going to work out for me. We are getting close enough to a boil for getting some noodles warmed up. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop these in here and get them going. While the noodles are cooking, figure I may as well show you home tonight. So I've got in here what I'm going to be using. While I'm just eating dinner, I have a One Wind top quilt. This is great for hammock and a lot of other things in between, but it's capable of being turned into a poncho or using as a blanket extra. I'm running a North Face Duo 2-person sleeping bag. Underneath that I have a 4.5-inch memory foam futon mattress, and on top of there I have heated mattress pad. So I'm going to be toasty warm, no doubt about that. Running that, I have the EcoFlow River 2 Plus. You can see behind that I got some window insulation and all of that as well. So I'm going to get all that installed, and whenever my noodles are done, I'm going to climb in. Truck's still warm from running all day, but yeah, just showing you what's going on. We got a full-size bed in here, and I plan to get a wonderful night's rest. Morning, everybody. It's been a pretty lazy morning so far. I've not really done a whole lot besides get myself set up, and I pulled all the window insulation out and just kind of been enjoying the sounds of the, at this point, sleet hitting the rig. Just watching, looking around. Buddy should be showing up hopefully sometime soon, and we may push up the trail a little bit more. It would be nice to get into some fresh snow instead of what's been going on overnight. I got a pretty good night's rest, but overnight the temp started to go up, and it went from snow into rain, and then the wind really started to pick up. So outside of the chaos from what was going on outside, it's been pretty decent. But it's not going to be too much longer. I'm going to get some coffee going, get warmed up. I'm currently sitting on the heated mattress, so I'm pretty well comfy right now, but I may as well start moving around and see where the morning takes me. We are up and moving. Let's see what it looks like out here. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank God. What campground are you at? What number?
I am in between spot 1 and 2.
Happy to hear that. We just got past spot 1 and it's been heat winds for quite a few months.
Everything froze over last night. Despite the weather getting warm and turning into rain this morning, it just went into a freeze. That's all right, though. According to my buddy, if you heard on the radio, he's already had to winch a lot this morning. So I'm guessing down below it's just been a slippery, wet mess. So hopefully once he gets up into some elevation.
Hey, Dusty, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Broke up a good amount. That's why I didn't respond last time. Are you on the valley between the two campgrounds?
Give me 2 minutes and I will tell you my coordinate. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. My buddy is on his way, but he's currently stuck. However, he got lucky and there's a group of Jeeps behind him that is going to pull him back, and he'll probably end up following them up to where I'm at. Until then, I'm going to finish making breakfast, and if they're hungry by the time they get here, well, they'll have an opportunity at breakfast also. He's still having issues. I had to run into the main radio because it's getting better reception down to where he's at. We're not super far apart right now from where he was saying with coordinates, but it's enough where my handheld's not reaching him clearly. So he's following along their group now, but they're plowing, and they said that they're hungry and want coffee. So I guess I'm gonna be that guy for them and get some coffee going, or more coffee going. Wind is starting to pick up again. I don't know if you could see the snow from where you're at, but I'll move you real quick so you can. It's intermediately just coming down at a full horizontal, which that's quite all right. I parked in a way last night with the way the snow and everything was coming that I had the truck in the way of my system here. So tried to be as realistic and strategic as possible, but I mean, you can only do so much, right? The weather does what it wants to do. How far back is Andy? Oh, there's more back there still. Sometimes more throttle's not always better, but everyone's strategy is a little bit different. Get it. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's fun. Diesel swap Wrangler. All right. Now, anyone else gonna come up this hill? We're still waiting on my buddy to show up. Can't hear his rig though, he's quiet. Well, I'm still waiting on him. I'm gonna go back and check on food. The snow is pretty darn deep, I can tell you. If you've seen anything that they were flinging around, they're going crazy. And at this point, I want to follow them, but we'll see what happens. Oh, on a rope even. Well, I'm glad I got this on camera.
I was just telling him, I bet you he has his camera out up here.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
You're gonna have an easy drive back, buddy. They plowed it nice for you.
All right. Finally got some company.
Hey, let me know if it's broke.
See, it's that more throttle's not always better tactic. So we're on the move. We are headed towards Olali Lake. going up the trail further, we had a few people actually cut trail for us, but I don't know if I would call it cutting trail for us. These rigs were incredibly built, 40 plus inch tires, and they weren't even touching the center of the road where I'm having to plow. My buddy is behind us. We're trying to make it up to designated sites that I was trying to make it to yesterday, and we are just about there now, and we'll try and get some footage for you when we get there. This ought to be interesting for me on the way back up. This is a slight uphill and they tore it up.
All the reason to stay overnight and get fresh powder for traction tomorrow, about 2 inches.
Are you just looking for that insurance policy of helping to get back out?
Yeah, actually, that's exactly. We will feed you. I'll give you the rest of my food.
That's a generous offer.
Oh my god, I got bourbon too. I mean, it'd be nice to have another person. Just tell Anna it was an emergency situation. She just had to stay 3 levels. I just texted on CPS.
Had to stay warm.
Safety first, right? That's why you got these lines.
Alright guys, well, I got into the spot that we were hoping to get into and made sure my buddy is all set up and he's good for the day, and that's my time. I'm gonna circle back around and head on out. If anything too exciting happens, I'll try and get that captured and we'll be on our way. pretty much made it back down off the mountain at this point. I'm just about to the point where I'm gonna pull off and air back up and call this one a trip.